The South African Social Security Agency has rubbished social media claims that SASSA-SAPO cards will expire the 31st of March this year, calling them misinformation. SASSA says the cards will have to be replaced as indicated by the South African Reserve Bank report, but there is no set date yet as to when this must be done. SASSA CEO Memela joins me now for this. A very good evening to you and thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Memela. First, do you believe the reports were deliberately misleading, or is there something that could have led to this confusion?
Good evening, Tsepiso. Good evening to the viewers. As you may be aware, we have 11.2 million clients, and of the 11.2 million clients, 30% get paid using banks, which is the commercial banks, and 70% get paid using the post office. Over a while ago, there was a report that was done to look at the issuing of cards at the South African Post Office, and we needed to look at a range of things that needed to be fixed, and those things have been fixed over the past year, and the Reserve Bank then issued instructions to the Post Office, Post Bank, to ensure that over a while they actually can reissue the cards. Post Bank worked on a project plan in terms of what the process will be, and we continue to engage on a range of issues on how this project will be rolled out. So the cards are definitely not going to expire on the 31st. It was in relation to the initial plan that we were supposed to have done the issuing of the cards by then, but there's no truth to the fact the cards are going to expire on the 31st of March in terms of where we are now. Okay. As soon as that is decided, we will then be able to announce, and there'll be a rollout plan together with the post office to those people that are currently banking with the post office. Okay,
so just with regards to stipulations of the SA Reserve Bank report, you are saying that the beneficiaries will not be affected at all any time this year?
Definitely not on the 31st of March. As soon as we know what the plan is on the timeline, we'll definitely announce that. It is not in the cards for the 31st of March because it's still a long way in terms of the engagement that we're having together with the Reserve Bank.
Okay, so SASSA clients, do they have a right to choose their payment method?
Oh, yes, all SASSA clients have got a right to choose which bank they want to be paid on. The clients that are paid through the post office, obviously, we do, because of the relationship we have, the intergovernmental relationship we have, it therefore means that we subsidize a number of the costs for the clients that are getting paid using the SAPO cards. On the clients that are using the banks, currently, we don't subsidize those costs.
Okay. So next month, which category of beneficiaries will receive payment and on which dates?
The categories of clients that are going to receive the payment. What's important to clarify is that EFT will be done on the 3rd for the elderly persons grant. It doesn't mean that if you go on the 10th, you will not find your money. It will be done on the 3rd for the older persons, will be done on the 4th for persons with disabilities, and the rest of the other beneficiaries will get their money. The money will be deposited in their accounts on the 5th.
Okay, so just with regard to that, I mean, we've seen desperate people in long queues trying to get to their benefits. And I'm sure some of it has to do with the fact that they are afraid that if they don't go on that particular date, they won't get their money. But is there a way, in any way, of improving this, given COVID-19 regulations, that people are not stacked up against each other and we don't see the terrible scenes that we saw in the last couple of weeks?
I think when it comes to our normal social grant beneficiaries, they don't have to actually get stuck in any queue because they can receive their funds at any given time as soon as we've paid their money. And I do understand that in many instances, by the time the date comes, people are desperate for their money. But there's no reason why people should be queuing in terms of our normal social grant beneficiaries. The beneficiaries that have a bit of a challenge are those that are getting paid the 350, because with the 350 you actually have to go and get paid in the post office if you did not elect to be paid in your bank account.
Okay.
All those clients, the 4 million clients, can be paid in their bank accounts. It's because we did not have an option in terms of paying them any other way because they didn't opt for a different option.
I want to talk about that 350. Is there any talk from government side that, you know, this COVID-19 relief grant will be extended? There have been calls for that to happen.
I know that there has been calls, but as you know, Tsepiso, this is specifically the president's project, which sits amongst all the COVID-19 grants. And if it's extended, we will be told. For now, we still have not been told anything yet.
But
I believe through the government processes, they will then advise us if anything changes.
Would you, as SASSA, lobby for that to happen? You're more in touch with the beneficiaries, what their circumstances are, because they have to apply through and justify why they need it.
I think as an institution, we understand that our responsibility is also to make sure that we alleviate poverty. We want to believe that this program has had a huge impact on our people. The one thing that we need to balance as a country, and not just us as SASSA, but all of us as South Africans, is that, yes, we understand that the issue of livelihoods and the issue of the impact that lack of jobs has had on our people has actually brought a lot of hardship for our people. We therefore would encourage it, but it is not our call because we don't hold the purse string.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us. SASSA CEO Busisiwe Memela.